Hello everyone and welcome back to Formatherapy. This is the Culture Study and I'm the channel's video producer and your host. You can call me PD. And today we are checking out the debut of Cube Entertainment's new girl group. This is Vanilla by the group LIGHTSUM. Not quite sure what LIGHTSUM's concept is going to be. It actually looks like more of a traditional kind of feminine group that we are not used to getting from Cube. I think if you think about their girl groups, 4 Minute, CLC, Idol, they've all been female groups that have had a little bit more attitude, a little bit more spunk. Maybe CLC's earlier stuff was definitely not like that and might be closer to what LIGHTSUM might be debuting with, but we'll see. But before we actually get into today's video, let's talk about today's sponsor, our friends over at Skillshare. If you're new to Skillshare, it's an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative people. Now, I have used Skillshare for a myriad of things, whether it was taking filmmaking classes or graphic design classes or self-help classes. I'm starting to actually get more into the hobbyist sort of things. I've done woodworking and stuff before, but now I'm actually getting into some acrylic painting. So I tried acrylic painting just on the fly on my own. It doesn't look great. I mean, it's okay. I'll throw up some photos, but I actually wanted to improve and get the basics down. And so for me, I'm currently eyeing a class from a painter by the name of Lori Ann Gonzalez, Learn the Basics for Beginners on Acrylic Painting. So Skillshare is great for people who are either trying to deepen their own existing passions, or if you're like me and you like learning new stuff all the time, you like picking up new hobbies, Skillshare is the way to go. So if you guys want to try out Skillshare, be sure to use my link in the description below, because the first 1,000 people to use the link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. And trust me, you're going to want that premium membership because Skillshare is curated specifically for learning. That means you're not going to get any ads, and they're always adding new classes all the time. Thank you to Skillshare for not only sponsoring this video, but for helping me and my audience stay creative. Now, let's get into this video. This is Vanilla by LIGHTSUM, and this is your form of therapy. Oh yeah, this is way more. This is. Oh, hold on. Never mind. Oh, there's the hook. Yep. Ooh, I love that transition right there. Ooh. Alright, girl with the pink hair, her vocals impressed me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. Whoa. Follow the lights. That's right. 네 맘대로 go. Let's try. 뒤에 노란 그대로 지루할 거야. Excuse me. 저 멀리 조그맣게 반짝이는 비밀의 exit. Yeah. 정말 달콤해지 너의 꿈속을 찾지. Are you ready or not? 첫눈을 맞춘 지금 이 순간. 살며시 멈춘. I'm a sucker for songs like this. Oh wow. They're really well trained in like their facial charisma. I guess that's never been a problem for Cube. All Cube artists have really great facial acting. So I need to start this off with a clarification. I have a prejudice against songs like these. I don't like songs where the concept revolves around food. I don't know why. I don't like dessert concept music videos, but I also then have to make a second clarification, which is I also have a bias against songs that are super mainstream, super sugary bubblegum pop type stuff, and this is definitely that. And so ordinarily, I'm gonna admit I would not like Vanilla, but one, I actually really liked the kind of more mid 2000s K-pop girl group vibe. Like I'm thinking like this reminds me of like it's a bunch of groups, but the old, like, you know, like old Rainbow, old SNSD, you know, those type of girl groups. Like, ooh, I haven't heard this kind of sound in a while. And I actually like the way they used the lyrics for Vanilla. It's not too on the nose. It's not, and maybe it's because just the way the singing and the top line was constructed, it makes me like it better. But I like the hook too, the vanilla nilla nilla. It's catchy and I don't find it cheesy. Either that or my tastes have just changed and I'm just into songs like this. But on a song level, I really dig it. Now, at the same time, if I had to give one critique, my one critique is it's extremely generic, and that's not a problem. Mainstream music is what sells. It's what makes a group popular. In fact, if you're too unique and you're too niche, sometimes you get ignored, you know, in the sea of all the thousands of K-pop groups, right? And so sometimes mainstream is what sells. And like I said, I love mainstream sugary bubblegum pop. That's not a problem. But my problem is definitely from the music video, I don't get the identity of this group. It doesn't come across clear what this group is about, what their sound is stylistically. Like, this music video didn't make a statement, you know? It's a debut, and as a debut, to a certain degree, I personally am of the camp that believes that a group needs to make a statement. This is who we are. It's why I didn't initially like Enhypen's Given Taken, and not because the song was bad, but more so because the music video didn't make a statement. And that's the same with Vanilla. Like, what I mean by that is if Vanilla was the comeback track for another group, like, we wouldn't blink an eye. But for me, I am personally of the mind where I believe that a debut song is very important. It can't just be any song. I think it's a song that has to have a lot of impact and a lot of, like, just a lot of charisma. And they do have charisma, I will say that. That is surprising for a rookie group, but I guess not surprising for a group from Cube. I think every debut from every group has impressed me so far, from Cube, that is. The music video also kind of just like pastel, generic, cute music video. There was nothing about it in particular that really stood out to me. There were a couple editing transitions that I thought, oh wow, that was a little creative, like especially when the rapper came in. I think when the rapper came in, there was a portion where I think her hand actually comes in first. Like, see how it looks like she's like vlogging? So if you look, they cut out her hand first and they brought that in. It's an abrupt appearance. They don't even like try to transition that in, but it's so small that it doesn't feel like a bad cut. Yeah. And then the way she like boom, like they whip her into frame. That was really cool. I did want to mention that I do actually like the shot that they did in the forest, or not. It's not even a forest. It could be a park, honestly. It's a little sparse on trees to be a forest, but I do like the decoration with the disco balls in the trees and the disco ball on the ground and the little light sources here. Like, and then they've got a giant backlight in the background. And then there's a lot of haze, which with that much haze, I have to assume they shot this either late at night or early in the morning, even with a fog or haze machine. Like, that's a lot of haze. Can you achieve that much? I mean, you can technically, but geez, you would have to. I'm gonna go under the assumption that they shot this like late at night or early in the morning. See, like, even just like the, oh my God, like even just like that, like her facial acting is incredible. This is like really clean and really, really well done. You know, as generic as the song might be, I gotta applaud the group for executing this at the highest degree. If I were to give this like an overall rate, like an overall package rating, I honestly think it's like a 9 out of 10. The whole like generic comment is just like, I don't know what LIGHTSUM is about. I still don't know, like, what kind of a concept-driven group is that? What's their mission statement? And perhaps, you know, you have to get into the like the variety content and that kind of stuff to get a better gauge for that. But honestly, I believe that kind of stuff should come through in your debut. With that said, I'm gonna give the whole package. I think the song, I would give it like an 8 out of 10, but I think with the music video and with like considering like their facial acting and their charisma and all of that, I would have to actually bump it up, because I think the girls all did a really great job. I think the girls have a lot of polish that is not seen in a lot of rookie groups, especially in our current K-pop climate, where companies are kind of debuting idols who might not be as polished or who might not be as ready, and then is hoping that the system will kind of make them better and improve them. And so I'm a fan of this debut. So guys, what did you think of Vanilla by LIGHTSUM? It's Cube's new debut group. I won't mention, you know, any of the inner politic issues about that. I'm sure we're all aware, but I personally really like Vanilla. I just hope that with a comeback and with any of the following comebacks, we get a better gauge for what LIGHTSUM's style is going to be. Either that, or are we going back to the day and age where a group doesn't have a concrete concept? I mean, when we talk about Rainbow and SNSD, they did like every other concept on the planet. You know, they didn't have a hard concept. And, you know, for the past few years, we've been having groups with kind of like a very specific direction, very hard concepts. But are we going back to that? We might be. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As always, if you like what we do on this channel, if you would like to support us, please consider visiting our Patreon. That's patreon.com/formatherapy. You know, for as little as $2 a month, you can support the channel. You get access to our weekly live streams. We do a live stream every Wednesday, and we would really appreciate the support. And we have bonus reactions on there too. Some free ways to help us out though. You can leave a comment down below. You can hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank you to our friends over at Skillshare for sponsoring the video. And check out our other videos over here.